Boom. That's a reply from the quoted platform in response to a journalist outreach reply that I gave around backlinks. And simply to say that they replied back to me. When I click on the link, it's the journalist who said, thanks for the work, and I'm going to be using that within the context of the article, and I'll share it when it's done. That's the anatomy of a backlink. You want these on a regular basis. And if you want these and you want to know how to do that, watch the rest of the video.
Hi there. So we want to look at how to get a backlink. What is the process involved? What do we need to do to get backlinks? So let's just jump onto Quoted, and you can see opportunities here. Now, if you join this platform and you set up a profile, and you can set it up as a PR agency, and you can have multiple profiles, or you can just set it up as yourself if you have your own business. Or if you're a larger business and you want someone else to work within it, you can create a profile and you could have someone else manage it. It's really down to yourself. And so we can just go through Quoted, and we can organize these journalist requests by what is currently trending. So we can see here there's people looking for content regarding vaping. There's people looking for cleaning, sleep experts, hair experts, primary school education, parental lifestyle, laundry. It could be a service business. If you've got a business, you could get a link from there. Tech, AI, blah, blah, blah. There's podcast things in there. There's some really cheeky ones as well. I saw one a minute ago, which was for a travel platform. It was a media asking for basically a free holiday. So they're open-minded where. Let's have a look. Can we see if we can find it? Please be on here. It could be the free pitch ones because they wanted to present it. Seeking individual media trips for potential coverage on the manual with +1 allowed. Open to considering all possibilities. I'm sure you are. Brilliant. Set up an online media platform and just get some free trips places. So you get a lot of that as well. And I don't think these are all fair. I mean, that is a legitimate publication, but it's a bit cheeky. Anyway, so I was writing one not so long ago, and then it died on me, which is heartbreaking because I actually thought it was quite a good response. But this is what I work in. Obviously, I work in organic growth marketing. And here's a backlink that I could possibly get where someone is looking for an online print expert. What does a good landing page need to attract and convert visitors? Is one page. Now, don't think you're going to get away with this with AI content. They get AI people sending them to all day long. They all look the same. You don't have a magic prompt. The text still looks the same, even if a few words are different. It's still the same flow and the same impact. I don't know, it doesn't cut through, so don't do that. Don't waste your time. You're not going to get, there is no, oh, I'm going to do loads of them, it's going to work. It doesn't work, trust me. I will write manually with experience and with reasonable expertise 20, 30 of these outreach, and I might get 1 or 2 links, and that's still great because that's 1 or 2 better links than these packages of bundles of 700 links online. So we're going to write a message to Anne. We're going to say, hi Anne, how are you doing? We're not going to waste the time with that one. We'll say, I'm going to touch on a couple of things here. So this is about what makes good landing pages. So I'm going to say, one, I think she asked a question about readability of font type. And I said, well, look, the first job of a font is to be readable. It's not just to look like your brand. Very often we see businesses who produce pages and they use a font. They don't really consider perhaps the readability levels of different fonts. And they like a font because it kind of matches their style. They're a flowing, lovely brand, and they use a flowing, lovely font. The problem is that's not very readable. It might be quite a fine weight of a font, and on a sunny day, you look at your phone, and you can't quite be like this. I can't see it. That's no good. Okay, so that's the first thing. But the second part of what I'm going to say is, look, trust is really important. It doesn't matter how good the font is, how nice the button colors are, how flashy the animations is. What really matters is trust. Do I think you're going to provide me a good service, a trustworthy service that's going to improve my life, and it's going to be at a price that I'm never going to regret? If you can fit those things in, that's what really matters. So how can we do that? Well, social proof is really important. We know that 2/3 of people use social proof and the things around social proof to be a principal buying trigger. So we can get those things on a landing page well above the fold or visible near the fold so people can see it easily. You're probably going to perform better than if you don't, if you put it at the bottom. And we see a lot of brands put reviews right at the bottom of a page, and most people bounce off a page. So that's really what I'm going to put in my reply. I'm going to pause the camera so you haven't got to sit there and me go and get 17 coffees. I'm going to write that, and then we're going to come back and we're going to see what I've written. We're going to send it. So as we go back, I've done the writing now, spent a bit of time doing this. And this is really why AI is not going to be your answer for this. So again, I will just say, don't use AI for this. But also, it does take a bit of time, which is why I'm quite happy to share this, because 9 times out of 10, people are just not going to do the work. That's why I'm happy to present how to get backlinks, in case you're going, if it's so easy, or if you sell it as a service, why are you doing these videos? because I know you won't do this work. But if you want to do it, here it is. And if you do it, you give it a go and you go, actually, I don't have time for it. It's more effective to get David to do it. There you go. So you can see here, this is how I've approached it. I've thought about throwaway lines as well. So this is a journalist. They want a throwaway line. They don't want to write this entire block of text, but they certainly want to know that you've put some effort into it. Hi, Anne, nothing matters more than trust. I'm yet to see a buyer in user testing or focus group suggest it was the high contrast button colors or the font readability that got them. Before you send this stuff, do reread what you've written, because you want it to make sense, and you don't want them to not have trust in you as an authoritative person by seeing weird errors. So I'm going to kind of proofread it as we go. That isn't to say that parts of those components don't help toward the goal of conversion, but what really matters across industry and buyer profile, time and time again, is trust. Now, I've kind of put that phrase in there because I think there is probably a quote there. Another one here. 2/3 of buyers cite social proof as the principal buying trigger for their decision. And this, of course, extends beyond just buying, but micro conversions too. So that's another quote. It's like a throwaway line. What's a micro conversion? Moving on to the next page, next step. I do a lot of work for service-based businesses, and so often when you run a heat map through their site, you see the commonly pressed link button is portfolio or industry equivalent. That's more than just the contact button. So while it's important to get that right too, it's telling us people value our resume, trust. So that said, so I've dived into a few things that she's covered herself, and I'm talking about what I think is important for a good landing page. And I've also put a link into an article, or a post I put on LinkedIn. Let's just show you here. Please follow. And I do that for two reasons. One, so I can show you in the video that I have a LinkedIn, but two, because I want the person who's receiving this to go, okay, yeah, this person does talk about this kind of stuff. It's not just a backlink for a backlink chase, even if it is. And then I've given a little piece section here, what they can do for their audience. So what can your audience do as a first step? One, identify if they have trust elements above the fold. Two, add them. And that's really what I'm going to be putting in this pitch. And then I'm going to send that off. That's it. You attach the correct profile that you want to send in here. Submit. So when that sends, it's sending. That's where it's probably going to lose the whole post. Thanks for the pitch. So that's the pitch done. You want to do these pretty frequently. And it may be that I'm not going to be picked up by this one just because of the time. It could be because I'm the last one in. Maybe I do get picked up, but we'll see. You can see here, 8 other people have done it. A lot of SEO companies. We're all trying to get the backlinks, aren't we? If you're trying to get an SEO backlink, put SEO in there. If you're trying to be health and safety links, put health and safety in your bio, and so on and so forth. You know, it's optimization. But anyway, there you go. So who knows if she'll use me or not? But that's that. And then you look at the tilt. So let's have a look at the tilt. Is the tilt a DA checker? I don't know what DA checker. Ahrefs is a free one probably. Is it the tilt.com? I don't know if it is the tilt.com. It's a free tool. You can check website authority. It's not really. 73. Whether or not it's that could be a BS one, but Quote is generally a pretty good source for them. So that's how you get a backlink. And I think the point of me showing you all these things, because I really want to just identify, if you go to any of the big profile brands out there, best off-page SEO links, and let's put Fiverr in there. This is their organic off-page SEO services, best off-page SEO services to buyer. So let's just go back to this one here. Hire the best. Oh, let's go. Funny picture for Safraz. Nothing about this looks particularly genuine. 850 do follow backlinks. It's just nonsense. This is incredible how many people are falling for it though, and that's a shame really, because then they get a bad impression of the SEO sector. So stop buying this nonsense, and if you don't want to pay anyone to do the work, at least you now know one way of getting highly authoritative, genuine backlinks that relate to what you do. Good luck, give it a go, and if you've got any other videos or any questions you want me to look at, just holler at your bro.